Springfield's rock station Q92.9. I am very excited today because I have a very special guest in the studio, a guy I've loved for years, the legend himself, Steve-O. First off, man, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for having me, bro. Came into Springfield. Just want to let people know that I've got a wildly inappropriate show going down. And I'm not going to say wildly inappropriate things. I'm going to show wildly inappropriate things.
Yeah, because now you were in Springfield 2-3 years ago? I mean, I'm getting older, so time's flying, but you had quite the show then. I think people are still talking about it to this day.
That's the format of my live comedy. It's multimedia. I get set about filming wildly inappropriate stuff. Like the last time, it was medical professionals that stole general anesthesia drugs to inject into my veins while I was riding a bicycle. That was one of the stunts in my last show. I do it all on my own back. I do it with no insurance, no regard for laws, just to make the craziest show I possibly can. And then I put it all together into a live act that's illustrated and punctuated by these insane videos. And it's all never before seen, exclusive for the tour. And this is my Crash and Burn show, which is the follow-up.
Now, Steve-O, you've been doing your Wild Ride podcast for a number of years. I've always wondered what made you want to jump into the scene.
I mean, it was a bandwagon that I really resisted jumping on because every schmuck on earth seems to have a podcast. The most annoying question for me, it was oh, hey, will you be on my podcast? It's no, I don't want to be on your, for the most part. But being, a touring guy, every touring comedian seemed to have a podcast and it really benefited. So I was I got to do this. But I was so resistant to going about asking people to be on my podcast. So that's why I elected to record it in an RV that I can drive to my guest.
Which is cool because nobody's doing that.
Right. I'm surprised more people haven't adopted that because it really does kind of alleviate the sting. It's hey, I will bring the studio to you wherever is most convenient, whenever, Right. And so I've got an RV. I've got a little Sprinter van in Los Angeles. Got a Class C motorhome in Nashville. And I've got a big Class A motorhome, tour bus, and all of them have studios in them.
That's crazy. And you've had some big names on your podcast.
It's been wild, man. We've had some really good ones.
I mean, your latest episode has Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, which is pretty awesome. I love that guy.
Dude, I knew I was going to love that guy. That guy, I mean, his ability to not take himself seriously is next level.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't say that in any disparaging way. I think that's the most important quality that one can have. Among the most important qualities is the ability to not take yourself too serious. Side point, but so few people will admit that they're wrong.
Yeah.
Take accountability.
Yeah.
And it's a counterintuitive reality that when you do admit that you're wrong and when you do take accountability, it's the most endearing act that seems to command the most respect.
Right? Isn't that crazy? Especially in this time and age. It's
right. I just feel I kind of attribute it to my recovery. That I'm conditioned to acknowledge my shortcomings, and admit when I'm wrong. And it served me very, very well.
Springfield's rock station Q92.9. We are hanging with the legendary Steve-O. He's in town tonight at the Gillioz for his Crash and Burn tour. Be sure to get your tickets at Q929rocks.com or get more details on the Gillioz Facebook or Instagram, or I guess their website too. Now, Steve-O, you've done a lot, man. You've been obviously in Jackass. You've been in movies. You've been in video games. You've doing your podcast thing. But what's something that you're looking forward to that maybe you haven't done yet in the future?
It's all kind of transforming, as it should, into having an impact. My biggest project that I'm just getting underway is my animal sanctuary. It's outside of Nashville. I got a 44-acre property that's officially registered as a 501c3 nonprofit animal sanctuary. So even though we haven't publicly launched on a big level because there's such serious crossing of T's and dotting of I's. You know, like I've been quietly going around raising money for my animal sanctuary by giving tattoos to my fans.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like I've been giving tattoos for donations.
Okay.
Like I've got a special email address that, you know, I've given out for people to email their design and what they're willing to donate. And those are the two criteria. If I really like the design, like I don't even care what they're trying to donate. If I think it's funny, it's like, oh, dude, I'll totally do that. Or if it's like, wow, that's a generous donation for the nonprofit, then like I don't care what the design is, you know? But that way there's no financial barrier for entry. Like anybody who's got a really funny idea can get a tattoo for nothing.
And it's going to a great cause.
And it's going to a great cause, yeah. So that's like, I don't know. I heard a saying that, like if you break your life down into 3 trimesters, call it, the first third of your life is for making mistakes. The second third of your life is for making money. And the final third of your life is for giving that money away. Maybe that's like, I don't know, I think there's like a Carnegie or like some like super rich, like, you know, and of course that's like a dream thing. I'd love to be able to do that. And then so now like when I'm out attention whoring and like trying to like be capitalistic and earn as much money as possible, it's much more about like how can I position myself to be the most helpful in the final third of my life.
You know, there's actually a lot to that because I'm kind of in that middle stage now. I'm trying to get as much as I can to prep for the future, for my son. It's a weird spot to be in, but it is really things that people should be, you know, thinking about for the most part.
Right. And I mean, like, let's be realistic. The reality is that life's just so darn hard. Like, I'm kind of ashamed to be sitting here and be like, oh, give money away. Like when people can't afford eggs,
right?
You know, so I mean, I almost like regret saying like this mantra about 3 like sections of life because life is so hard, man. Like, you know, my last tour that I came through Springfield, another one of the bits was called the Vasectomy Olympics. Like on camera, I got a vasectomy done, and then I just got like right out of my vasectomy onto a horse bareback and bouncing around on my balls, and then like dressed up as a piñata with little kids whacking me like in the crotch with the stick. And that was like a big statement of like me and my belief that life has just gotten too hard, man. Like I don't want it on my conscience that I created a person to struggle and suffer in this awful dynamic of billionaires and, you know, like the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. I don't know. I think tickets to my show are super cheap, though.
Yeah.
I think you get a ticket to my show for like 25 or 30 bucks.
Yeah.
We're really looking forward to tonight, the Crash and Burn Tour at the Gillioz. And let me just tell you, Road Crew, it's going to be a
wild night.
It is definitely a wild night. If you're a fan of Jackass, you're going to love my show at the Gillioz, man. I really go to utterly absurd, painstaking lengths to make sure that when you walk out of my show, you think, wow, that dude went to war for my entertainment.
The man is literally putting his body and other things on the line for you, Road Crew. So don't miss the Crash and Burn Tour tonight at the Gillioz. It's going to be one hell of a night that you're going to talk about for years. Steve-O, it's been a true honor, my friend. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
Yeah, dude, for sure, man. Thank you.
Steve-O on Springfield's Rock Station Q 92.9.